Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, I got rid of the feedback. I don't think I'm re-signing any players, so you can probably go right to Nate. Let me take a look. Fletcher Cox, I might take a look at in free agency. The rest of these guys, I'm going to let walk. Yeah. Let me... turn music off. That way you can straight up hear me. You don't have to try to listen to me over the music. Let's check retirements. Let's see if Brady's coming back. Brady did not retire. You got somebody to upgrade. Thibodeau's becoming a star. Garrett Wilson's getting better. Rashad Cooks, that's that outside linebacker that you liked. He's really good. He's up to superstar X Factor. Wow. And Sewell was just one of the best tackles in the game. All right. Players ready to negotiate. I'd probably let those first two walk. Hawkinson, probably should franchise tag him. What do you think, Nate? It's 1 year, 14.8. That's really not bad. I mean, he's asking for pretty much that. No on the first three, no on Hawkinson? Oh, yeah, franchise, okay. Aquara, Hicks, and Ricard. These are some tough decisions. Aquara doesn't start because you've got Montez Sweat. Hicks was your number 2 defensive tackle. He's pretty good. And Ricard, you can probably pick up another fullback. No on Hicks. Aquara's kind of small for a defensive tackle. You could try him there. So no on him. Ricard, fullback. Oops, I exited out. Jackson, you should probably re-sign him. He's your starting left guard. And then you got Brady. Got Jackson. And Brady's going to test free agency, but that might actually be good for you. I think you might be able to get him back cheaper in free agency. Quintez Cephas. Is that a you bet on Cephas? Cephas will walk. I'm assuming you don't want Mostert or Allen. Julian Aquara is pretty decent and he's young, but he's asking for a lot. You might be able to get a cheaper backup defensive end. I mean, I think you could probably let everybody else walk. Yeah, you want to go cheap on backups? No one else? Okay. That's kind of what I was thinking too. So let's go ahead and advance to free agency. Yeah, backups to develop are cheap. Yeah, I completely agree. I usually fill in my roster with cheap free agents, and then if I don't need them, I'll release them later if I draft somebody. I'll let you start off free agency, Nate. Got $51 million. You got quite a bit of money. Tom Brady, we want to put a 1-year offer on him because it's him or Russell Wilson. Russell's a superstar, 35 years old. He's still fairly good. You want to take a look at Cousins? He's only a 70 overall. Honestly, I think Brady's probably your best bet. Yeah. I don't even think you're going to have to give him a signing bonus, which is nice. We'll give him like a small one, yeah, 1 year. If somebody else offers him a contract, we can always up it. But for now, I think we'll just kind of lowball him and see if he takes it. Running backs, you've got Swift and Marlon Mack. You lost Mostert. You can try to sign one of these guys as a backup or look towards the draft. Let me know what you're thinking. If there's somebody you want to look at. How much is Dylan? He's looking for 3 years, $12 million. That's not too bad, honestly. He could be a good power back. Well, Swift factors more into the passing game, runs out of the shotgun. Dillon doesn't have elite speed, but that's okay. That's not really his role. Circle back, okay. Fullback you do need. Do you care at all who you get? I mean, that guy's young. He's only 24. Or if you want another elite fullback, you can come back up to like Ingold or Yanovich, or even Ricard. You want to go for the young guy? Okay. Let's offer him a long contract with no signing bonus. Oops, it went the wrong way. Wide receiver. You're pretty strong at wide receiver. You did let Cephas walk. Let me take a quick look at what you got. Cephas did play a role for you last year. So you've got Adams, Wilson, St. Brown, your rookie Hardy, which is going to take Cephas's role, and Sky Moore. So you're still pretty strong there, even without Cephas. Yes, you've got St. Brown and Wilson. So you're going to go ahead and stick with what you got at wide receiver. We'll look at tight end. You're strong there. Moreau is a good backup tight end. You've got Hawkinson on the franchise tag. Left tackle, you've got a young star there and a good backup. I don't think you need a left tackle. Left guard, you could use a backup. No line unless you need. Okay. You do need a backup at left guard. I'm thinking you go with somebody young who fits your play style. Like Michael Jordan. There you go, the greatest of all time. What do you think about that? There we go, Air Jordan. You're really good at center. You've got a superstar veteran and a good young backup. Right guard, you could use a backup. I'm thinking probably do the same thing you did at left guard. Cameron Clark. He was on your team. We let him walk. Might as well bring him back on a cheap deal. Perfect. All right. And right tackle, you're good. Left end. I mean, you're good at left end. Watt could potentially slide into defensive tackle. So let's keep that in mind when we look at defensive tackles. Is Watt actually is a possibility to play defensive tackle? He's a little bit small, but he can do it. Defensive tackle, there's Fletcher Cox, Akeem Hicks, Grover Stewart, Ioannidis. You're thinking maybe Watt? One offer to Hicks, okay. He's going to get offers, so let's go ahead and offer him what he wants. He's not going to stay there. You want him without bonus? Okay. If he does get offers, we can always up it, right? I agree with you. Okay, you like my philosophy? Okay. You're good. You're good. Right end. You could use a backup right end. Do you? Yeah. Akeem Hicks was huge for you last year. He played really well despite his age. Do you want to go for like a young right end or draft one or even go for a veteran? Look at Farrell. Not bad. 27. He's a scheme fit. He's a good speed. He's a good finesse pass rusher. He's probably the best. There's Aquara, but he's already. Yeah. Let's get Farrell. I think that's a good move. You're good at left outside linebacker. You got Barnes and Barnes. Replaces that guy at left end. Yeah. Yep. Middle linebacker. You've got Devin Lloyd. Young is a good backup. I don't think you need anything there either. Um, Same with right outside linebacker. If you want to look at a linebacker, let me know. You don't even really need a pass rusher. So you can put in an offer on Von Miller if you want. You like your linebackers? Yeah, I like your linebackers too. I wish I had that good a linebacking crew. Corner. Howard's still pretty good at 87 overall. Um, let's take a look at your corners. Your defense played much better in the second half. I think this guy had a dev trait. Yeah, he's a star. That's not bad. You maybe use an upgrade over a Warrior, but I don't think it's as much of a pressing need as it once was. Yeah, they are. They're better than you thought. Slay, Peters, Jackson, Sidney Jones, William Moutier. Safeties. You could use a free safety. Micah Hyde is out there. Could be a 1 year stopgap. Same with Jimmy Ward. They're basically the same thing. It'd be just like a 1 year filler. You could always move a corner to safety. That's a thought too. You can see if any of these guys are decent tacklers. He's a good tackler. 68 overall is not bad. 62 is not quite as good. Yeah, Darius Slay might actually be your best option at safety. Scheme fits, zone. safety, zone free safety, and run support strong safety. You've already got Pope Wilson, who's a run support safety, so all you need is a zone safety. There's Kenny Robinson, who's fairly young, Thompson, Wingard. But Slay is a zone player. You like Slay at safety? I do too. I think that's the best move. I think you can even get away without offering him a bonus. I don't think he's going to. Let's offer him a small bonus. 666. Give him the Devil's contract. I think that'd be a really good safety. You got Tyler Bass at kicker. I mean, Justin Tucker is incredible. 99 kick power, 94 accuracy. You're already pretty good at kicker. It depends on whether you just want the best kicker in the game. Running backs in the draft. Let me take a look at my draft sheet. Yeah, there's a few. You're good at kicker. Okay, yeah, there's a few good running backs. There's one high in the first round that looks really good, and then there's a couple sleepers in like the second, fourth, and fifth round, and one other in the first round that looks decent. It's a pretty deep running back draft, and then one guy that looks just better than the rest. Like if you were, let me go to scout. Let's go to QB. Okay. So you're back to Wilson and Brady. You can look for a backup right now too. See about a backup possibility. Jordan Love is a scheme fit. He's good, young. Your boy Brock Purdy, but he's got an offer out there. I know you love Brock Purdy though. Josh Rosen's out there. Kellen Mond, Mitch Trubisky, Hunter Young, pretty interesting. Low ball Love, I like that idea. That'd be a pretty good quarterback combo, Love and Brady. So you still got about 8 million left. You could take it with you, save it just in case we need to make a higher offer on somebody, or try to go after AJ Dillon. Let's call that good. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do my free agency real quick. Since this is already a broadcast, I'll go ahead and talk you through it. All right, I've got 47 million in cap room. I need a backup quarterback too. Man, I don't like any of these guys. I might draft somebody. Tyler Heineke actually played pretty well against me. I'll lowball him. If Tyler Heineke has to play, something's gone terribly wrong. Running back, it looks like James Cook went from superstar to star. That's kind of a bummer, but I'm still pretty solid there. I'm not that interested in Dillon. He basically plays the same role as Harris. I do need a fullback. I'll offer Mason the contract. No signing bonus. I do need a wide receiver. I wish there was like a clear number one receiver out there, but there's not. Jerry Jeudy, 91 speed. And Claypool's actually got the better tools. His agility is terrible, though. Yeah, I think I like Jeudy. Tight end. I could use a pass receiver. I had Noah Brown. I might try to take a big receiver and move him to tight end. I've had some success with that. It's going to be a guy that I only play when I've got my tight end split out wide. I don't want to play it on the line. Like Lazard is actually a pretty good option. Good size, good speed. Let's try a 2-year deal on him and see if I can get him to come play tight end. Good at left tackle. Whitehair's getting old. I might need to draft a lineman. Lindstrom's good. That's good. That's good. I need 2 defensive tackles. I think one of them is going to be J.J. Watt. I need a backup. I'm going to assign him to play defensive tackle. And I'll probably bring back Fletcher Cox on a 1-year deal. Bilal Nichols can also play defensive tackle, but I'm pretty happy with what I got. Alton Robinson. He'd be a halfway decent backup pass rusher. I got to get rid of Robert Quinn. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Khalil Mack is still good, but Robert Quinn is terrible. I'm paying him a lot of money to be terrible. See if I can get like even a late round pick for him. Nope. He's just going to be cut. That would be funny, Nate. one up you on every single offer. I was at defensive end. I still need another defensive end. I don't love any of these options. Yeah, I'm going to address this in the draft. I've always liked Malik Jefferson as a backup. He's got pretty good speed for an outside linebacker. I love Patrick Queen, but I've already got a middle linebacker. I need a backup, though. Is there anybody young down here? Everybody's 30 or close to it. Linebacker might be a position that I draft, too. Maybe in the middle rounds, try to get a backup. So I'm not thrilled with what's here. I could even bring in like a veteran on a 1 year deal. Can Demario Davis still run? Yeah, he can a little bit. Logan Wilson, Von Miller. Yeah, I'll give Von Miller. I got money to spend. I'll give him a 1 year deal. That guy's got good speed. These guys are mostly just gonna play special teams, so I like to have fast guys on special teams. They're gonna be covering kicks and shit like that. I've already got Gilmore as a veteran. I don't remember how good my corners are. I know my top two are good. Oh yeah, I got Murphy Bunting. I do need a couple more, but I don't really need a starter. So I'm not going to be in on Oyemunier. I could go after one of these veteran guys, like Marcus Peters. I'm finding a safety. I'll figure that out later. Find a kicker. All right. Let's advance week, see what we got. As owner quoted on ESPN, paying them a lot of money to be horrible. Looks like I had a good first day. I got Watt, Peters, Judy, Alton Robinson, Fletcher Cox. Let's check on Nate. Oh, he got Michael Jordan. Hicks re-signed and Farrell signed. No Tom Brady. Let's take a look and see what's going on there. Ooh, Darius Slay got some bigger offers. I think you should up your offer to him, if I'm being honest. I think he's worth going after because he's going to be a pretty good safety. If Brady doesn't sign, you can just scoop him up in preseason free agency. He'll be even cheaper than he is here. I wouldn't worry about that at all. Same with Chanel. Slay is 33, so I'd still only make it a 1 year deal, but I would up the bonus. Jordan Love, he's getting starters money. You'd be in the trade zone if Brady doesn't resign. Yes, to up Slay. I'd probably be out on Jordan Love. No on Love. Let's see where this gets us on Slay. Fourth. Let's give him a little bit more money. Third. We're getting there. There you go. That did it. 6.5. It's a lot of money, but on 1 year, there's no bad 1 year contracts. So he's worth it for 1 year. You're saving money by withdrawing your offer to Love. And you need a new backup right guard. So we need to look at right guard and quarterback for you. There you go, Sadiq Charles. Draft quarterback or a right guard? Or do you want to just make a quick offer to these guys? Both? Okay. Quick Charles. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Oh, no Charles. I'm so confused. Stupid delay. You said no Charles, now you say yes. It's fine. Okay. I'll probably have a few guys that I lost. But I don't think I really need to do a whole lot more. Yeah, you're good, Nate. Actually, I'm still ahead in all these contracts, so I don't have to do shit. Alright, I got Von Miller. Oh, I gotta go back. 5th-year option. Devonta Smith, yes. That's an easy one. Fifth-year option on Justin Fields. Yeah. The only reason I hesitated, because if I don't and get to re-sign him now, I figure the contract might be a little cheaper, but it's probably not going to be by much. He's he's probably going to be asking for a shitload of money either way, so I'm not that worried. Slay signed. So did Sadiq Charles, the guy you didn't want. You got a 5th-year option. Penei Sewell. I'm assuming you want to. Yeah, you got Charles. I'm assuming you want to pick up the 5th-year option on Sewell. Definitely, yeah. See if you got any other 5th-year options. Nope. Let's take a look at free agents. You're still ahead on Brady. Again, if he doesn't sign during the free agent period, he's going to be sitting there in free agents in preseason. I wouldn't worry about upping the contract to him. Unless you want to. You agree? Okay. And I lost Heineke, good on Davis, and I lost Lazard. That kind of sucks. And you did not get Brady, but that's fine. He's playing a game of chicken that he's not going to win. All right, we are on to the draft. All right, let's take a look at what picks we got. I've only got 3 picks. 29, 61, and 93. You have 32, 64. So you've got all your picks plus a 5th rounder, an extra 5th rounder from Miami. Let me look at the prospects, just in case you time to get some value. Yeah, in case you want to work a trade to try to trade up. I really like this quarterback. There's 3 pretty good quarterbacks out there. None of them really jump off the page. You want to trade in the top 5? Yeah, we can do that. Both the defensive tackles that are up here I really like too. That Yates is the best running back. That's the guy I was talking about. You want to get a corner? That's the guy to get, to be honest. But I don't know. I don't know how long he's going to be there. There is a 2nd-round corner that I really liked. Who was it? It was Kidd. Geo Kidd. If you get in the top 3, let's do it and get a quarterback, Jennings. Okay. If not, well, let's just do draft as I have and see. Okay. It's probably going to be a little bit difficult to move up all that distance. It's probably going to take 2 first-rounders. Vikings pick third. Eagles pick second. Maybe leverage a quarterback you have. Okay, we can try that. The Broncos are number one and they need a corner. If the Broncos are going to take Jennings number one, we can bet on that. You can try to trade him Xavier Howard. You don't have. Let's also maybe start draft and see if he falls. If it's ridiculous. Okay. I think he's. I really think he's going number one to the Broncos. But we could start and see if he falls. If you want to do that. See, they've got medium interest in Howard. Howard at a 1. Yeah, it's probably going to take a second number 1 pick. Yeah, that's a long way to move up. Okay. Yeah, I like Howard too. He's a good player. I don't know if it's worth giving up that much value to move up to 1 when corner is already a decent position for you.
Now the Broncos are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on?
All right, we are to the draft.
And the Eagles
Yeah,
on
they
the
took him
clock
number
now.
1.
Let's see what direction they go.
Let me get my pencil so I can mark off who's gotten picked. Yeah, I figured he would go number 1.
Okay, here we go. The Vikings on the clock
Quarterback
now.
went number 2.
Now the Dolphins are on the
Quarterback
clock. Who
goes
do they have their
3.
eye on?
This is good because I didn't love any of these quarterbacks.
The Cardinals on the
Yeah,
clock
there
now.
goes
What
the third
direction
one.
will they go? On the clock now, it's the Seahawks.
Macklin.
The time is ticking.
Yeah, I had him rated highly.
The Texans are now on the clock.
There goes the other corner. I took him off my draft board. I did not like him. The running back that I scouted, let's take a look. He's projected first round. There he is. 5 picks. He's really fast. He's good athletic skills. He's probably not going to get to either of us. That other quarterback that I liked is still there. He's got B press, B man coverage, C zone. He's got really good combine grades. Yeah, if I was you, I'd kind of hope that Kidd is still there when you pick. Yeah, I don't think it's smart to trade up yet either. Let me know if you do, though.
The Panthers now on the clock.
Polk goes. I had him graded, but not super highly.
And now we turn to the Bengals. It's their selection.
Wakefield. Same thing on him. I had a first round grade.
Washington is now on the clock.
Roberson, I had him rated highly.
Okay, next up, it's the Packers on the
Moles,
clock.
I did not have a super high grade on him.
All right, on the clock now, the
Jaden
Saints.
Perkins, I had first round on him.
All right, next up, the Falcons
Amari
are on the
Driver,
clock.
I had a high grade on him. Man, I'm thinking about coming up for one of these defensive tackles. There's, just to keep you up, there's a running back, a tight end, and 2 defensive tackles that I had rated pretty highly. And I do kind of need a defensive tackle. Let's see. You're looking at D in the second to third for you, yeah. Let's see if I could just move up like 8 picks. What would that cost me? What if I give away one of my future fourths? Close. Alright, final offer. Nope, I'm going to stay put. At least for now.
All right, next up, the Jets are on the
Huffman,
clock.
I had first round grade on him.
All right, next up, the
There
Colts
goes
are on the
Yates.
clock.
I really liked him, but it's too far to trade up to try to get him. And I'm pretty good at running back as it is.
All right, the Jaguars are now on the clock.
Callahan, I had first round on him.
Now we turn to the Steelers. They're on
Harvey,
the clock.
there goes one of the defensive tackles that I wanted. Damn.
On the clock now, the Ravens.
There goes Gray. I didn't have him on my board.
All right, next up, the Titans are on the clock.
McAllister, I had first round on him.
The Patriots are now on the clock.
Geddes, I had first round on him.
All right, it's the Browns now on the
Roman
clock.
Knight, I had high second round on him. That's the first guy that's gone higher than I had graded by quite a bit. This is the pick that I tried to trade for.
The Cowboys on the clock now.
And
What
they didn't
direction
take
will
my
they go?
defensive tackle.
The Rams on the
Neither
clock
did
now.
they.
Okay, it's the Bucks.
There
now
goes
on
the
the
tight
clock.
end that I liked. Might try to trade with the Bucks. Ooh, I'm close.
Well, hold on a second now. It appears a different
All right,
team
I
is filling
moved
out a
up.
card right now. And that can mean only one thing, people.
I'm going to take
They
that
just
defensive
traded the pick.
tackle that I like. Broyles, Cameron Broyles. B block shed, B power move. Really, really, really good combine. First and 40-yard dash, first and bench press. I really like this guy. Let's take him.
The 49ers now on the clock.
Oh, normal dev trait. That sucks. Oh well.
Okay, the Giants up now. They're on the clock.
Man, that really blows. Spearman, I had a first-round grade on.
Okay, here we go. The Raiders now on the clock.
Irvin, I didn't even have on my board. I don't know what
The
they're doing.
Chiefs are up now. Let's see what direction they go.
Russell, I had him as a high second-round pick.
The Buccaneers are on the clock now.
Tyson, I had him in the second round.
The Chargers now on the clock.
Spear, I had rated in the first round.
All right, on the clock now, the Bills.
Groom, I had first round.
The Lions on the clock now.
And Bradham, I had in the second round. All right, let's look at the Lions. All right, let's see what we got here. There's a first round running back. Ellison, I had him graded fairly high, but he's small. He's a small back. I don't know how well he would pair with what you got. There's a wide receiver, Flanagan, that I had a first round grade on. You're pretty good at wide receiver, though. That corner is still out there. I had a really high grade on him. Geo Kid. He had a really good combine, too. He's a B tackler, B press coverage, B man. There's a couple middle linebackers. Bullard and Kitchens. Bullard had a good combine. You want to do the running back, okay? Jalen Ellison. There's his combine scores. He doesn't have much strength, but he's very quick and shifty. That's the guy you want to go with? Elite acceleration, great agility, solid change of direction, good jumping, solid speed, decent strength. Let's go with it. All right.
The Broncos are on the clock now.
There you go. In development. Your next pick is 32. I think mine is probably 29. I really want to come up and get that corner. I just don't know if I have the pieces to do it. All right, hopefully it makes it to pick 35. I could try to just trade up 2 picks. Make sure I get him. The Broncos.
All right, now. Looks like there's a trade coming in.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. He'll get taken right in front of me, and I'll be pissed. This guy better have a dev trait. If he's in normal development, I'm gonna be pissed.
All right, it's the Eagles
All
now
right,
on
thank
the clock.
God. Got a corner. Saved $80 on a controller. Isn't that the truth?
Okay, next up, it's the Broncos on the clock.
Tommy Wilson, I had a first-round grade on. Is there any position you're looking at now, Nathan? So I can let you know what's available and whether or not you might need to trade up.
On the clock now, it's the Dolphins, and time is ticking.
There goes right tackle Nixon. I had a first-round grade on him. Tight end, secondary depth, and D tackle depth. Tight end, all the good tight ends are basically gone at this point. Always O-line. Yeah, I agree with that. There are a few O-linemen. Let me take a look here. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offensive linemen that I've got graded pretty highly. Secondary depth. There's a couple safeties that have a third-round projection. You could probably get them. Like I don't think you'll need to trade up in order to get a safety or a center. There's a center that I really like too.
Okay, here we go. The
And there
Cardinals
goes
now
one
on
of
the
the
clock.
linemen.
Now the Seahawks are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on?
I had a second-round grade on him. Sounds good. Okay.
All right, now on the clock, the
Kevin
Texans.
Cherry. I had a second-round grade on him. So we might have to keep an eye on O-line if you really want an O-line, because there's only 3 that I had graded really highly left.
Okay, the Panthers on the clock now.
And that was one of them. So we're down to 2. There's a left tackle, Branch. Nothing pressing, yeah. And there's a center that I really liked.
The Bengals are on the clock now.
Pittman, I had a second-round draft on him. He was pretty good.
All right, next up, the football team on the clock.
Rackett, I had a second round on him.
On the clock now, it's the Packers. Time is
Rhodes,
ticking.
I had a low grade on him. That was a missed pick,
The
I think.
Saints are now on the clock.
Slaughter, I had a high second on him. That was a good pick.
The Falcons on the clock now. Let's see who they
Who was
have their
that?
eye
Oh,
on.
that's that center that I really liked. There goes Lucas Young. So there's one lineman that I really liked. There's a left tackle. Other than that, offensive line looks pretty bare. There is a good defensive tackle and secondary depth left, though.
The Jets now on the clock. Let's see what they do.
Caleb Jackson, I had a 4th-round grade on him.
Okay, here we go. The Colts now on the clock.
Bullard, I had a high second on him.
On the clock now, the Jaguars.
Mitchell, I had a high 4. He went early.
The Steelers are now on the clock.
Josh Anderson, I had a second on him.
All right, the Ravens are now on the clock.
Kitchens, I had a high second on him. I think that was a good pick.
The Titans now on the clock.
Roberts, I had a fourth on him. That seems like a reach.
All right, next up, the Patriots are on the clock.
Scott, I had a second on him.
And the Browns on the clock now. Let's see what
Sally,
direction
I
they
had a
go.
second on him. There's still a wide receiver I had a first round grade on. I don't know why he's flipping.
Okay, it's the Cowboys now on the clock.
I had a second round grade on George.
All right, now on the clock.
There goes
the
Flanagan.
Raiders.
That was the first round wide receiver.
The Bucks on the clock now. Let's see who they have their eye on.
Givens, I had a late second on him.
The 49ers on the clock now. What
Adams,
direction
I
will
had a
they
second
go?
on him.
On the clock now, it's the Giants.
Leo
Time is ticking.
Wilson, I had a fifth on him.
All right, now it's the Raiders' turn. They're up.
Norris, I had a third on.
The Chiefs on the clock now.
Newman, I had a third on.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Phillips, I had a high third on. I think that was a pretty good pick. All right, what do we got? I might actually take one of those safeties. I'm sorry to do that to you. I know that was a position you were looking at too, but I'm in need of a starter there too. It's either that or right outside linebacker. I like this guy, Raheem Whitaker. A block shed, B tackle. Good combine. And it was Holiday and Rucker. Holiday, B tackle, B zone. Really good combine. And Rucker, A tackle. Combine wasn't quite as strong. And I think I'm going to go with Rucker.
And the Chargers now on the clock. Who do they
All
have
right.
their eye on?
Hopefully he can develop into a starter for me.
It's the Bills now on the clock.
Schultz, I had a fifth round grade on. He's
It's
no
the
good.
Lions now on the clock.
Broyles, I had a fifth round grade on. He's no good. I mean, there's a tight end out there, but he had a pretty good combine. He's not very strong. His catching's only a C. That's not great. Like I said, I did really like the safety. He fits your scheme. He's not great in man coverage, but he's really good in zone. Good tackle, hit power. He had a great combine. A pursuit, A catching, B awareness. Like that just looks like a good player to me. There is that linebacker still there. Raheem Whitaker. You had him scouted a little bit more than I did. A block shedding, B man coverage, shitty in zone. He's a good tackler. He had a really strong combine. I think you're stronger at linebacker than you are at safety. But I don't think you could go wrong with either one of these guys, to be honest. We can take a look at your linebacker crew, see how it looks. Let's go to safety. Okay, we'll do a quick look. There's your starting safety. He's okay. Linebacker, you got Brashad Cooks, Devin Lloyd, and Chris Barnes. Like you're strong at linebacker. I agree with going with the safety.
All right, the Broncos
There
are
you
now on the
go.
clock.
Hidden dev trait and everything. I think that's going to be a really good pick for you. Late second round, you can't beat that. All right, I picked 29. Let's see.
Okay, here we go.
They're
Washington
with the
now on the clock.
linebacker. I want to see how he looks. I might look at him. In fact, I'm gonna write down the Broncos so I can go look and see how good he is.
On the clock now. It's the Broncos,
Dudley,
and time is ticking.
Branch. That was the last offensive lineman that I had rated highly.
All right, now it's the Cardinals' turn. They're up.
Spriggs was the last outside lineman. Well, no, I still have Connor.
The Seahawks are on the clock now.
Turk, I had a 4th round grade on.
And the Texans now on the clock. Who do they have their eye on?
Perkins, I had a 5th, so that's not a good pick.
Now we turn to the Panthers. They're on the clock.
Marion, I had a 5th. That's not a good pick.
All right, next up, the
Guyton,
Bengals
I
are
had a
on the
5th.
clock.
That's not a good pick.
The football team now on the clock. Let's see what they do.
Connor, I had a 3rd. That's a pretty good pick.
The Packers are now on the clock.
Hall, I didn't even have him on my
It's the
board.
Saints now on the clock.
Burrell, I had a 6th.
On the clock now, it's the Falcons.
Callaway, I had a 2nd. That's a good pick.
And now we turn to the Jets. It's their
QB,
selection.
I didn't have him on my
The
board.
Colts now on the clock. Let's see what they do.
Maynard, I had a 3rd round on. I think that'll be a pretty good pick.
The Jaguars are up now. Let's see what direction they go.
Gathers, I had a 6.
And the Steelers on the clock now. Let's
Jordan,
see what
I had a
direction they
6.
go.
Reed, I didn't even have on my board.
The Titans on the clock now. Let's see who they have their eye on.
Bennett, I had a 6.
Okay, it's the Patriots on the clock now.
Coleman, I didn't have on my board.
The Browns are now on the
Simpson,
clock.
I didn't have on my
All
board.
right, on the clock now, the Cowboys.
Barker, I had a 3rd on. That's a pretty good pick.
And the Rams now on the clock. Who do they have their eye
Donald,
on?
I had a 4th on. That's pretty good.
On the clock now, it's the Buccaneers.
Sims, dope.
And now on the clock, it's the
Harmon,
49ers.
dope.
The Giants are on the clock now.
Ward, dope.
The Raiders now on the clock.
Green, dope.
Okay, the Chiefs are on the clock now.
McAllister, nope.
Okay, the Bears are on the clock
Meyer,
now.
I did have a 3rd round on him. All right. This looks like halfback or middle linebacker to me. Halfbacks I liked were Worrell and Pounds. Worrell's 5'11", 222. He's pretty big, and he still runs well. He just wasn't good in the shuttle. And Pounds. Good back vision. Wasn't a great athlete, but again, he's big and he runs well. Yeah, let me look at the middle linebacker I liked. Lamar Orr. C block shedding isn't great. He had a really good combine. And I do need linebacker depth. I'm going to take him.
On the clock now, it's the Chargers, and time is
That's
ticking.
fine. As a third-round pick, all I need him to do is be a good backup.
The Bills are now on the clock.
Fields, nope.
The Lions on the clock now. What direction will
Rutland,
they
I did
go?
have a fourth on Rutland. All right, Nate, you're back up. Not much there as far as tight end. There is a defensive tackle, corner. The D tackle is Ash. He had a really good combine. He doesn't jump well, but I don't think you need your defensive tackle to jump very much. And the corner was Calhoun. Jaden Calhoun. C-man, C-zone. Ran really well. He didn't jump well either, which isn't great. He's not super strong. Let's go with the D tackle. All right. Tracy Ash.
Now the Broncos are on the clock.
There you go.
Who do they have their eye on?
That would be good defensive tackle depth. He's really strong. I don't have any picks left. I'd like to get one of those running backs. I'm running out of picks to trade. Ooh, we're close. We're real close.
We've got some action here, folks. They've
Oh, that
traded
did it
his
right there.
pick.
Okay.
We'll have the details in a
I didn't
moment.
even have to trade a future for. It was Worrell and Pounds. I think Worrell was the guy I liked more. Man, this is close. Yeah, I think I like Worrell a little bit better.
Now we turn to the Eagles. They're on the clock.
Nice. Hidden depth trait. And how can you not take a guy named Pounds? Well, I took Worrell, and it looks like it's worked out. Fourth round pick, I'll take that even if he's not super highly rated. I'll skip ahead to you, Nate.
Okay, it's the Lions now on the clock.
All right. Pounds got drafted. That sucks. Dorsey, I liked. I know you already took a running back. Let's see what else might be out there. Defensive tackle. There was Daryl Hills. Looks pretty good. And Chapman. It was a UDFA. So Hills is probably the better player. And corner. Was it Stackhouse? QB? We can take a look. Holy shit. Look at that corner's combine. Second, first, ninth, third, second, first. That's pretty strong. Quarterback, Derek Spears. Day 3, he's got a C. Throw accuracy deep. Runs fairly well. Decent throw power, decent strength. B play action, C juke move, F awareness. That's not great. Take Stackhouse. I think that's the pick. Even if he doesn't have a dev trait, I think he's going to be a pretty solid player.
The Broncos are on the clock now.
Yeah, he does everything well. I think that's going to be a pretty good player for you.
All right, on the clock now.
Oh, you're
the
back
Lions.
up. You can look through and try to draft one of these guys kind of blindly, or we could trade. That tight end had a decent combine. I don't know how good he'll be. There's still a defensive tackle out there that I like, but I know you already took a defensive tackle. The best available, I think, is a defensive tackle. Was it Hills? I think that guy's the best available. Take the D tackle.
And now
Okay.
on the clock, it's the Cardinals.
Yeah, that guy's pretty good. Like I think he's gonna be a solid backup defensive tackle for you.
The Lions on the clock now.
Backup at round 5, 32. For the rest, let's trade for future picks. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Ooh, look at that. They're trading you a 4th. I don't think you're going to beat that. Baltimore. Baltimore, Dallas, or Cincinnati. I'd probably take Cincinnati's pick, to be honest. Baltimore and Dallas are usually pretty good. Do you mind which one I take, or do you want to pick? Okay, whatever you see the best. Okay.
Well, I guess they won't be turning in a card here. They have traded the pick away.
All right. Let's skip ahead to your next pick.
It's the Lions now on the clock.
Trade it away. Doesn't look like we're going to get any fifth round offers. Vegas is pretty shitty. I think that would be a good pick to take. Definitely not Kansas City. I think Vegas is the team.
Okay, here we go now. It appears we've got a trade.
If no trade partner for anything else, just take best tight end or wide receiver. Okay, I can do that. I think you'll find a trade partner for all of these.
The Lions on the
Even the
clock
last
now.
pick
What
in the
direction will
draft, they'll
they go?
make somebody Mr. Irrelevant. Tennessee is probably pretty bad at this point. I bet the Saints are pretty bad too. Let's take the Saints pick.
Wait a minute here. Yep, they just traded the pick away.
All right, we are done with the draft. Royals was a 77 overall, but he had no dev trait. Kidd is a 76 with a dev trait. That was a really good pick. 74 with a dev trait. Orr was a 73. And Worrell is a 75 with a dev trait. All right. I wanted to look at the Broncos. And Whitaker's a 73 with a dev trait. Holiday was a 74 with a dev trait, so I think that was the better pick. Ellison was a 73 with a dev trait. Ash is a 70. Stackhouse is a 71. And Hills is a 70. Let's go ahead and go to week 1 of the preseason. This is probably where you're going to sign Brady. For 32, I'll take that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. There he is, Tom Brady. Should we bring him back? Go for another Super Bowl run. Yep, I agree. Run it back. I'm a little disappointed in the backup quarterbacks. I might bring in Kirk Cousins. I wish Brock Purdy was out there. Let's see if there's anything you need before we shut her down for the night. Oh, you do need a backup quarterback. You're strong at running back. Ellison's going to probably be your backup. Let him develop. Good at wide receiver. Good at tight end. You could probably use one more defensive end. Let's trade back. Okay. We could do that. Ooh, the Bengals don't have cap room, but they were interested. That's going to be the biggest thing is finding a team that's got cap room. Eventually, my running back. The Browns are interested. Do you want a player or a draft pick? Oh, there's Pounds. Joku, Horner. You good with the draft pick, Nate? I don't think you'll get a first, but I don't even know if you'll get a second. But I'm sure you'll get a third pick. Okay. Let's try first, see how close we are. Yeah, not close. Ooh, that's pretty close. Let's do this. Let's start with the seventh. Oh, it's going to have to be a sixth. Back a sixth and a seventh to get you a second round pick. You got Chanel as your fullback. Adams, St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Daquan Hardy, Sky Moore, and Matt Charleston as your wide receivers. Hawkinson, Moreau, Fortson as your tight ends. Yeah, I can't believe you got a second rounder for him. I thought it would be third round. Left tackle, you got Webb and School. Left guard, you got Jackson and Jordan. Center, you got Ragnow, who is out for 1 week, and Reggie Traylor. Kappa, you got a 78 overall right guard with Sadiq Charles, Sanul, and Wilkinson. Left end, Sweat, Kiki. Right end, Thibodeau, Farrell, and Mosby. You could probably use another defensive end. Oh, and a quarterback. D end, quarterback. Oh, you're really good at defensive tackle. I think you should move one of these defensive tackles to defensive end. Probably this guy. He's not super strong. Let's move him to left end to be a run stopper. Yeah, that's perfect. There's your two rookies, Ashton Hills, Payne, Hicks, McNeil. Like, that's actually a pretty strong position. Barnes and Barnes. You do need another middle linebacker. Cooks and Fisher. That's really good. Corner. You're really strong at corner. If Stackhouse is going to make the team, you're going to have to trade one of these guys. Oh, no, never mind. Slay is going to safety. Don't listen to me. I forgot about that. There's your quarterbacks. That's still pretty strong. There's the guy you drafted, Jarrett Holiday. You could probably trade Malik Hooker at this point. Unless you want him to back up at strong safety. Trade Hooker, okay. Let's see what we can get for him. Doesn't look like anybody's going to have green interest in him, which is a little disappointing. So the main thing is going to be finding a team who's got cap room. The Titans. Let's see if they want to give you Derrick Henry. Nope. I think you could probably get a third-round pick. I don't want to try it just in case they take it. But do you want to go for a third-round pick or keep him as a backup, strong safety? Let's keep him, yeah. Plugos too did. Yeah, did you see Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time? Look at this. He's got two GOATs on his team. Tom Brady and Michael Jordan. You're good at kicker and punter. So we need a backup quarterback and a backup middle linebacker. Do you want You want Kirk Cousins as your backup, or do you want to go with like a young guy? Like there's a 60 overall, bend it like Beckham. Jake Fromm, Georgia legend. Mason Rudolph, who almost got hit in the head with somebody's helmet. I'm probably not going to take Cousins, no. Oh yeah, you can afford it. You've got 8 million in cap room, and all you need is a middle linebacker. Bauer's making me laugh. All right, Kirk Cousins is your backup quarterback, and you need a middle linebacker, and then you're good to go for the season. Any preferences? You can afford any of these guys. You want to just do best available? He's not vaccinated, but oh well. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I probably he and Tom both are not vaccinated. Best available? Okay, let's get Devondre Campbell. All right, Nathan, you are good to go for the season. I'm probably not going to see many games tonight. It's going to get interesting when both get them in. Yeah, it's going to get real interesting. He's going to have to sign Mason Rudolph and hope he doesn't get cracked over the head with Myles Garrett's helmet. But that basically does it. I'm probably not going to see many more games tonight, but we're good to go with season 3 whenever we start up. All right, take it easy.